My name is Mohammed ADLI. I am a professor at Mohammed First University in Oujda, Morocco. Today I'm going to present a paper entitled The Effects of Call Centers on Language and Culture, and I'm going to talk about Morocco as a case study. The plan of my paper is as follows. The first point talks about call center definition. The second point deals with location factors. As for the third point, it's going to be related to identity and cultural challenges. The last point is going to be a conclusion. Over the last few years, call centers have become an increasingly important part of today's business world. They provide new work opportunities for a huge number of people all over the globe, and they serve as a primary customer-facing channel for firms in different parts of the world. Call centers can provide both inbound and outbound services, which implies that agents can either receive customer calls to solve some technical problems related to telephone and internet connections, for example, or it simply means that agents themselves make calls to sell some of their products. In brief, call centers strive to meet the requirements of their customers and provide them with a sense of satisfaction before and after sales. William Durr, who is an American expert in customer strategy and management, mentions that call centers are generally defined as a place where callers can quickly and efficiently conduct transactions with trained, skilled company representatives or obtain needed information from automated sources. Another definition has also been provided by another American expert whose name is Brad Cleveland. The latter points out that a call center can be regarded as a coordinated system of people, processes, technologies, and strategies that provide access to information, resources, and expertise through appropriate channels of communication, enabling interactions that create value for the customer and the organization. To achieve call center operation success, Durr believes that great emphasis should be put on three important elements, which are: Number one, people. This element is widely regarded as the most crucial inside call centers. When a skilled agent interacts with a prospective customer and is well supported by the right technology and management processes, products will be sold, profits will take place, and problems will be identified as a first step towards resolution. The second element is process. This element is also of paramount importance in that the call center team must have their business processes as well as management processes well defined and clearly understood to facilitate connections and create a sense of certainty and confidence while giving responses to customers. And as you see on the screen, we have account management, order management, case management, etc. The third element is that of technology. Certainly, new technology tools have allowed agents to interact with their customers and meet their requirements, because when processes are understood and the agents are well trained and highly motivated, attention will be directed towards technology, because too little of it or wrong use of it will yield negative results. Now I move to the second point, which is location factors. Of course, Morocco is considered as one of the best destinations for the ICT service thanks to the following points. The first point is about labor costs. Essentially, it is believed that Morocco has a large labor force. It is even claimed that almost half of the population can speak French, and therefore a huge number of young Moroccans would show acceptance and readiness for being employed in the ICT service industry. What is more important is that the cost of doing business in Morocco is still relatively low in comparison with some Western countries where labor costs are very high. The second factor is advanced telecommunication networks. The availability of advanced telecommunications in terms of telephone system, computer system, interactive voice response, IVR, for example, and the number of line subscribers in mobile connections, which are growing rapidly in Morocco, have made of it one of the best destinations for French call centers. The third factor is about geographic circumstances. For Morocco, being very close to Europe, especially France and Spain, contribute to making it one of the most attractive countries in North Africa. Also, the majority of young Moroccans, as mentioned earlier, can speak French, which is widely taught at schools and serve as a primary language of commerce and government. The fourth factor is economic and political stability. It is generally believed that Morocco is and will remain a stable country with no serious problems. More interestingly, the Moroccan government has a great desire to boost economy and create new job opportunities in order to become one of the largest economies in Africa and remain competitive as possible with regard to French and Spanish businesses. So, of course, locating call centers in Morocco have brought a lot of benefits. The first benefit is new work opportunities. So the most obvious one is the creation of employment. As a matter of fact, thanks to the implementation of call centers in Morocco, that a large number of jobs have been created over a comparatively short period of time, not only for males, but also for females who used to suffer a lot from unemployment. The second benefit is new work culture. Undoubtedly, implementing call centers in Morocco have also led to the creation of a new work culture in the country. Before, many young Moroccans did not know that such types of work could also exist in their area, but the coming of call centers represented a good chance for them to get an idea about this type of work and be exposed to other cultures. The third benefit is about the variety of skills. So the nature of work inside call centers have allowed agents to develop and vary their skills relating to customer services, such as communication skills, team working skills, and customer service skills. It should be noted that agents are provided with training programs to come across the latest methods and strategies about how to deal with customers and manage their relations in the right way. Now I move to the third point, which is about identity and cultural construction. So, of course, the coming of call centers to Morocco was also associated with a number of problems and shortcomings. The first problem is about identity construction. So one of the conditions to be hired in a call center is that Moroccan agents are obliged to change their real names for French ones during their interactions with their French customers. The aim behind this fact is to make customers think that they are talking to real French agents instead of Moroccan ones. And as we all know, the name of a person is closely connected to him or her, and changing it under any circumstances may cause a lot of harm in the future. There is also the problem of language. Language, which is also an important component of a person's identity, is also a problematic issue in the work of call centers. In that, Moroccan agents are not allowed to use their mother tongue inside the center. Only French language is authorized, which may have a negative impact on the employee's language in the future. The second problem is about culture shock. Moroccan agents are not allowed to benefit from the official holidays of the country, but instead they can take advantage of French ones. In other words, Moroccans cannot benefit from their local, religious, or national holidays, but rather from French ones. The third problem is about social crisis. Generally, Moroccan agents who work between 8 to 12 hours per day seem to have no social life because they are hardly able to sit with their members of the family or relatives. Also, they cannot watch any programs on TV or read a magazine because they are most of the times moody and tired since they must work and endure these bad conditions. Another problem is related to health problems. So a growing number of Moroccan agents are suffering from serious health problems such as eating and sleeping disorders, panic attacks, stress, and depression. The reason behind this fact is that agents are required to work from 8 to 12 hours per day, putting headphones on their ears, and remain kind and friendly even with rude customers because their main aim is to satisfy them. Now I move to the last point, which is the conclusion. So as a conclusion, the general claim that I would like to inquire for is whether, as stated by many scholars and media analysts, call centers should be thought of as a continuous development of the spirit of innovation and modernity that Morocco itself calls for, or can we claim that call centers with their working conditions can be regarded as a new form of colonialism? However, despite all these drawbacks, it would be unreasonable, in fact, to suggest that countries such as Morocco, which are capable of attracting call centers, should not seek to do so. And thank you so much for your attention.